Good morning, my name is Sonia Lowen and I am the Chairman of Debating SA. Welcome this morning to our grand final. This is the first year where we've had grade sixes debating, so it's a bit of an early start in some respects. And I think we're very fortunate to be able to actually use the chamber, so that's really lovely. The year sixes are here after some very, very serious and a lot of work to get here, and they know that because we had, next week another debate, this week another debate. So congratulations to both teams on a very, very good effort to be here this morning. So thank you, welcome, and let's get on with the debate.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2025 Year 6 Division Debating SA Grand Final. My name is Josie McKenna and I am the chairman of this debate, and the timekeeper is Grace Yao. The topic for this debate is that Dreamworld should be allowed to expand. The affirmative team seated to my right is Pembroke School, consisting of first speaker Clara Malay, second speaker James Cosmas, third speaker Anna Malik. The negative team seated to my left is from Emmaus Christian College, consisting of first speaker Zoe Fusco, second speaker Tanisha Kagwa, and third speaker Lochyun Lee. This debate will be judged by a panel of 5 adjudicators, who are Miss Sanya Lowen, Mr. Ilya Aidman, Miss Parina Bra, and Mr. Alec Sanucci, and Miss Ileana France. The speaking time for this debate is 3 minutes. A single warning bell will sound at 2 minutes, and a double bell will sound at 3 minutes. A continuous bell may be rung 30 seconds after the speaking time, in which case the speaker must sit down immediately. Please switch off your mobile phones and other electronic devices. I declare this debate open, and I call upon the first affirmative speaker, Clara Malay.
Good morning, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for this debate is that Dreamworld should expand. We, the affirmative team, believe this statement to be undeniably true. Dreamworld is a major theme park located on the Gold Coast. By expand, we mean developing its size, attractions and facilities so it can welcome more visitors, create new experiences and strengthen the tourism industry. In simple terms, we're debating whether Dreamworld should be given permission to grow, not just in rides and roller coasters, but in the opportunities it provides for workers, families and the Australian economy. And this isn't a hypothetical discussion. Dreamworld has already lodged a development application for expansion, including a new family resort and over 1,000 homes. The Queensland Planning Minister is even considering using Colin Powers to approve it, because he sees the project as being in the state's interest. As first speaker, I will explain how an expansion will allow Dreamworld to cement its place in sustainability and boost tourism to keep Australia competitive. Our second speaker will explain how expansion at Dreamworld will allow a conservation facility to be made for native animals and how it will help solve the Gold Coast housing crisis. Our third speaker will rebut the negative team and summarise our case. My first point is that expansion gives Dreamworld the chance to cement its place as a global leader in sustainable tourism. The reason for this is that Dreamworld already operates the Dreamworld Wildlife Foundation, one of the largest zoological contributors to conservation in the world, supporting projects for tigers, koalas and other native species. Expansion would allow the park to go further, not only in wildlife protection, but also in building a more sustainable theme park for the future. This could include solar-powered rides and lighting, water recycling systems to reduce waste, and electric shuttles to move visitors around the park. According to Tourism Australia, over 80% of international travellers now prefer destinations that demonstrate a commitment to sustainability. Dreamworld's expansion would give them exactly that, the excitement of a theme park combined with the confidence of visiting an environmentally responsible destination. My second point is that expansion will boost tourism and keep Australia competitive globally. Queensland welcomed 23 million visitors in 2023, both domestic and international. That's a huge market of people seeking unique experiences. Expanding Dreamworld gives them another reason to choose the Gold Coast over other popular destinations like California or Japan. Just look overseas. When Universal Studios Japan opened Super Nintendo World, it drew millions of new visitors in the first year alone. Meanwhile, global competitors like Disneyland and Universal Studios are constantly updating. If Dreamworld does not grow, it risks being left behind. To keep Australia a world-class destination, we must support the growth of our flagship attractions. So, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, Dreamworld should be allowed to expand because it means more tourists, a stronger future for Queensland and Australia. Thank you.
I call upon the first negative speaker, Zoe Fusco.
Good morning, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for today's debate is that Dreamworld should be allowed to expand. We disagree with the definition offered by the affirmative team, as we define allowed as a process requiring multiple layers of approval based on legal, environmental and social criteria, with permission given by the government or the community. However, we believe that this statement is unequivocally false. Before I share my arguments, I will now point out some flaws in the opposition's case. The first affirmative speaker has tried to tell you that Dreamworld's expansion boosts sustainability. This is wrong, as theme parks consume huge amounts of water and energy. According to a study in the Journal of Sustainable Tourism in 2020, large-scale attractions on the Gold Coast use disproportionately high resources compared to community green spaces, contributing to environmental strain. The first affirmative speaker has also tried to tell you that Dreamworld's expansion boosts tourism. This is wrong because Queensland already has a saturated theme park market with Movie World, SeaWorld and Wet n Wild. According to Tourism Research Australia, natural attractions like the Great Barrier Reef and national parks are the state's biggest tourism drawcards, not theme parks. Now to my team split. Today as the first speaker, I will address how the expansion of Dreamworld sets a precarious environmental precedent. I will also state that Dreamworld's expansion misaligns with the future tourism strategy. Our second speaker will argue that the Dreamworld expansion provokes economic displacement and community erosion. She will also discuss how Dreamworld's expansion exacerbates economic inequality. Our third speaker will rebut and summarise our team case. I will be stating 2 points with you today. My first point is that Dreamworld's selfish expansion sets a dangerous environmental precedent. Dreamworld claims that its development is confined to existing land. This area is in fact a legally recognised environmental corridor and vital buffer zone under the protection of the Gold Coast City Plan. According to the 2023 Healthy Land and Water Report, the Coomera River is already stressed, meaning that construction would cause ecological harm, including water filtration, habitat connectivity and carbon sequestration for private gain. According to Sustainable Travel International 2023, rapid tourism growth amplifies waste, sewage and carbon emissions. Now to my second point. My second point is that Dreamworld's expansion contradicts Queensland's strategic vision for authentic ecotourism. The Gold Coast Our Natural City Strategy 2032 prioritises low-impact, community-led nature experiences, while Dreamworld offers a commercialised artificial alternative that requires clearing critical koala habitat. According to Tourism Research Australia in 2022, travellers prioritise sustainability, with over 70% of people motivated by nature-based activities. Yet Dreamworld's plan offers only a negligible and limited nature-based component. So, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, we, the negative team, strongly believe that this statement is unmistakably false. We take our stand. Dreamworld must not expand. Thank you.
I call upon the second affirmative speaker, James Cosmas.
Good morning, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is that Dreamworld should be allowed to expand. We, the affirmative team, believe this statement is undeniably true. The first speaker from the negative team has tried to tell you that expanding Dreamworld will create permanent environmental damage. This is misleading because major developments in Australia are heavily regulated under environmental laws. Any Dreamworld expansion would require approval from both state and federal authorities under the Environmental Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act 1999. This ensures that habitat protection, wildlife management and sustainability measures are built into the project before it even begins. Our first speaker spoke to you about how the expansion gives Dreamworld the chance to cement its place as a global leader in sustainable tourism and how the expansion will boost tourism and keep Australia competitive globally. Today, I will be talking to you about 2 points. My first point is that the expansion of Dreamworld will allow the development of a world-class research and conservation facility for native animals. Currently, Dreamworld's wildlife habitat cares for fewer than 60 koalas, alongside other species, but space and resources are extremely limited. Expansion would provide improved habitats and research for endangered animals such as koalas, grey-headed flying foxes, and the glossy black cockatoo, all in need of urgent support, yet they aren't getting any. According to a Queensland Government environmental report, thermal drones are already being used to map animal locations and track migration patterns. The report shows that many animals would naturally migrate to the expanded conservation park, where they would enjoy safer and healthier conditions. Now to my second point. The Dreamworld expansion is an urgent solution to South East Queensland housing and accommodation crisis. The ABC reports that there is a 30,000 hotel room shortage for the upcoming Brisbane Olympic Games in 2032. The Dreamworld expansion includes a world-class family hotel, providing a direct and essential solution. In addition, the Property Council of Australia states the Gold Coast has a housing crisis, quoting, "The state government needs to pull every available lever to boost housing supply." The Dreamworld expansion will see over 1,000 new residential homes built. The proposal is so important, the Queensland Minister has proposed using special coal-in powers to fast-track this decision. The expansion is not about rides and fun. It's set to supercharge housing, hotel accommodation and the economy. So, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, First Speaker Clara and myself have both stated strong and clear reasons on why Dreamworld should absolutely be allowed to expand. Thank you.
I call upon the second negative speaker, Tanisha Kugwa.
Good morning, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is that Dreamworld should be allowed to expand. We, the negative team, robustly believe that this statement is indisputably false. Now, I will point out some flaws in the opposition's case. The second affirmative speaker has tried to tell you that Dreamworld expansion would make Dreamworld an animal conservation centre. This is wrong because zoos and sanctuaries already do this better. Australia Zoo and Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary are internationally recognised. Commercial parks often prioritise entertainment over conservation. The second affirmative speaker has also tried to tell you that Dreamworld expansion would help the housing crisis in Queensland. This is incorrect.
Dreamworld's residential expansion prioritizes resort-style homes, which have historically driven up local property values and displaced long-term residents. Amid Queensland housing crisis, solutions must prioritize serving low and middle-income families rather than investor-focused luxury units and exacerbate inequality. Now, onto my recap. Our first speaker has already stated that Dreamworld expansion sets a precarious environmental precedent, yielding ecosystem destruction. She has also stated that Dreamworld expansion misaligns strategically with future tourism. Today, I'll be sharing with you 2 points. My first point is that Dreamworld's greedy expansion provokes economic displacement and community erosion. A 2023 report from the National Institute of Health states that supporting local businesses is a vital strategy for fostering a vibrant community and a robust local economy. This contradicts the Queensland Tourism Industries Council 2025 to 2026 advocacy for community-led tourism growth and authentic experiences. According to a 2024 Science Direct, the distribution of established community structures and traditional lifestyles leads to broader social instability. The Dreamworld development accelerates the genericization of Kumera, eroding its unique community character in favor of a homogenized corporate tourism present. Now, my second point. My second point is that Dreamworld one-side expansion actively exacerbates economic inequality. The Dreamworld expansion plan focuses on luxury tourism and accommodations. A 2024 Australian Institute report states the top 10% of earners receive the vast majority, 93% of economic benefits, while many rely on low-wage, precarious jobs that exclude them from growth benefits. According to a 2024 Australian policy online site, development, including Dreamworld, inflates property values and commercial rents, looking at those who cannot afford to buy. This violates Queensland Tourism Industries' council advocacy for community-led growth and deepens wealth concentration, sacrificing equity and private profit. So, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, Dreamworld should indisputably not be allowed to expand. Making things bigger does not necessarily make them better. Thank you.
I call upon the third affirmative speaker, Anna Malik.
Good morning, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is that Dreamworld should have an expansion. We, the affirmative team, believe this statement to be undeniably true. The first speaker from the negative team has tried to tell you that expanding now is risky because of economic uncertainty. This is incorrect because the tourism industry grows strongest when it invests during recovery. Research from Science Direct shows that even during economic uncertainty, capital investment in tourism fuels long-term growth. The World Travel and Tourism Council also reports tourism investment is a driver of resilience. Expansion isn't reckless, it's how Dreamworld secures its future and supports Queensland's economy. The second speaker from the negative team has tried to tell you that climate change makes expansion a bad investment. This is false because sustainable theme park design is already an industry standard. Dreamworld can adopt renewable energy, water recycling, and eco-friendly materials, reducing its footprint. A report from the UN Tourism highlights that sustainable tourism investment is not only possible, but also essential for future growth. Expansion gives Dreamworld the chance to lead Australia in climate-smart attractions. The first speaker from the negative team has tried to tell you that expanding Dreamworld could harm Gold Coast's image. This is wrong because theme parks are central to Gold Coast's global brand. Tourism and Events Queensland consistently markets Dreamworld alongside Surfers Paradise and the beaches as top attractions. Far from damaging the brand, expansion strengthens Gold Coast's reputation as Australia's entertainment capital. Our first speaker has stated how expansion gives Dreamworld a chance to cement its place in sustainable tourism. She also stated how expansion will boost tourism and keep Australia competitive globally. Our second speaker has stated how expansion of Dreamworld would benefit Australian conservation efforts. He also stated how it would heavily benefit the Gold Coast housing crisis. So, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, the affirmative team has shown you that Dreamworld expansion will create jobs, boost Queensland economy and secure Gold Coast's place as Australia's entertainment capital. We have demonstrated that expansion can be safe, sustainable and culturally relevant, while giving both locals and tourists a new reason to return. Expansion is not reckless. It is an investment in growth, innovation and Australia's tourism future. For all those reasons, we strongly support the statement that Dreamworld should have an expansion. Thank you.
I call upon the third negative speaker, Lockie Lee.
Good morning, Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for this debate is that Dreamworld should be allowed to expand. We, the negative team, irrefutably believe that this statement is false. As a third speaker, I will now point out some flaws in the opposition's case. The second speakers tried to tell you that Dreamworld's expansion would become an animal conservation centre for koalas and cockatoos. This is incorrect. Real conservation happens in nature, not in Dreamworld. The National Union for Conservation of Nature 2022 says zoos are the only supplementary. Protecting animals in the wild is the main goal. The Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act 2023 prioritises funding to protect wild areas, not tourist attractions. The third speakers tried to tell you that tourism investment is a long-term investment. This is false. The Queensland Tourism Industry Council 2023 states that theme park investment is not essential infrastructure for epic functions. Queensland's 2032 infrastructure plan prioritises public transport and stadiums for mega events rather than private theme parks. The third affirmative speakers also tried to tell you that expansion could lead to climate-smart attractions. This is false. The Australia Institute 2023 states that new construction is a major driver of embodied carbon emissions and resource extraction. Wildlife Preservation Society of Queensland 2022 states that protected areas are the cornerstone of efforts to safeguard biodiversity. All of the affirmative team's points assume Dreamworld would actually be able to deliver its promise if Dreamworld were allowed to expand. This is highly questionable, as Dreamworld is appalling at keeping promises. The Guardian 2022 reported Dreamworld redirecting $2.7 million government funding to build a roller coaster instead of a promised koala research facility. BBC News 2020 states there were multiple management failures, neglecting safety responsibility, and resulting in 4 deaths. These are integrity issues, eroding public trust. Now to my summary. Our first speaker has spoken to you about how the expansion of Dreamworld sets a precarious environmental precedent. She has also said that Dreamworld's expansion misaligns strategically with future tourism. Our second speaker stated how Dreamworld's expansion provokes economic displacement and community erosion. She's also said that Dreamworld's expansion exacerbates economic inequality. So, in conclusion, why should we even consider a proposal that destroys endangered species and offers unaffordable housing, which comes from a company with a history of broken promises? Dreamworld should not be allowed to expand. They are turning a place of dreams into a mere marketplace. Thank you.
Congratulations to our Year 6 debaters, on a really great debate and for continually making it through the final series. I hope you enjoyed the opportunity of debating in Parliament House, and we really do hope, on behalf of Debating SA, that you continue to participate in debating through your high school years. As each of the 5 adjudicators arrived at their decision independent of each other, there is no individual feedback today. Today's decision was a split decision of 4-1. The winner of the grand final for the 2025 Year 6 division is the negative team. Congratulations. Shortly after, there'll be an opportunity to present the trophy and an opportunity to take a photo, so please stick around. Thank you.
Thanks.
On behalf of my team, I would just like to give a huge thank you to our adjudicators, parents, timekeeper, and of course our fellow debaters for making this such a memorable final. But above all, we are especially grateful to our teachers, the ones who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, gave us their time and prepared us for this moment. This grand final is just as much as theirs as it is ours. Thank you.
I call upon a member of the winning team to second that vote of thanks.
We, the negative team, would like to extend heartfelt thanks to Debating SA for organising this event, the adjudicators for their judgment, the chairman for guiding us, the timekeeper for keeping us on track, gratitude to the affirmative team for a spirited debate, the audience for their engagement, and our teachers for their support. It wouldn't have been possible without all of you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance. I now declare this debate closed.